By special arrangement with 20th Century Fox, Magnetic Video Corporation is proud to offer the following major motion picture on video cassette.
As I get really into the horror genre and its respective media, I find that everyone has a specific niche. Some people like a lot of gore, others like a little comedy mixed in, and while starting to form my own opinion about horror and to really find my favorites, I really started to notice some trends in what I like most. These trends tend to differ from a lot of other people's opinions about horror movies. So hi, I'm Abby, and I like talking about horror movies. Starting with the tropes I have probably seen the most in horror movies, I'm a gorehound, or someone who's very into gore. That's a given, since a lot of horror fans typically are. Specifically, I love body horror, which TV Tropes defines as any form of horror involving body parts, parasitism, disfigurement, mutation, or unsettling bodily configuration, not induced by immediate violence. This trope is super hard to get right because a lot of people confuse it, really, with plain bloody horror. Having your body sawed in half isn't body horror, but getting your mouth sewn to someone else's ass, a la the Human Centipede, is. Getting your skin peeled off and remaining alive for a few scenes after, as seen with LG in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, that's body horror. Another trope I find myself gravitating towards, I've actually gotten really interested in romance woven into horror. It sounds super cheesy, and it is, but I really, really love it. Some specific tropes would be villainous crush, stalker with a crush, stalking is love, etc., etc. Basically, I love when the antagonist is in love with the protagonist. Like You on Netflix, Joe is so in love with Beck, he, spoiler alert, kills her. I love that. Generally, TV Tropes defines these tropes as whenever a villainous character has romantic and or sexual feelings for a heroic one, or a character noted for their obsession with another character, they claim this motivation for their morally outrageous acts is a simple wish to gain attention from their crushee. My absolute favorite example is Jackson Ripner from Red Eye. The pieces of his obsessive crush, they're all there, but it's never really confirmed until after the movie's been released by Wes Craven. But I love that the possibility was there. The problem with this trope is that it's not usually intended in the story. Several theories will start up about a movie about how it's about love or something, and that's really where the trope will start to find its way into the movie. Theories about Michael Myers being obsessively in love with Laurie Strode fall under this category, although I can't say I super dig that. Murderer POV, or murder POV, has gotten pretty rare. However, it's used in some cult classics. For example, the beginning scene in John Carpenter's Halloween and the one scene in Black Christmas, 1974. TV Tropes gives this trope a very minimal description because its name speaks for itself. The website says, "We see the murder from the murderer's point of view." That's it. Pretty self-explanatory. But I think it's really interesting to see through the murderer's eyes. It almost makes you want to sympathize with them. And then you remember you're watching a horror movie. And you're watching people die. And it's really weird. And you shouldn't be sympathizing with this character. So, probably one of the most rarely done well tropes. And my second favorite, second only to the antagonist being in love with the protagonist, is hillbilly horrors. TV Tropes description for this is, "It is well known that many misanthropes and crazy survivalists gravitate towards less populated areas because there are fewer people to bother them, although this is more of a Western trope than Eastern. Similarly, some famous serial killers have chosen to make their homes in rural areas because there are fewer witnesses." Maybe it's my Appalachian blood feeling a certain type of way for the hillbillies, because mountain people in the Appalachian and southern hillbillies aren't too far off from each other, but I love this trope. House of Wax 2005 has it with the Sinclair boys, Bo, Vincent, and the roadkill driver, who I can never remember the name of because he's practically irrelevant until the end of the movie. Their wax town is set in the midst of Louisiana in a fictional town, obviously. I don't think anyone would want their town seen as that. The Firefly family in Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects, and soon to be The Three Devils, something three, are a great example of this. They're considered white trash. They have a messy lawn. They kill people. Us getting called white trash people need to stick together. So all in all, I have found that my tropes that are considered my favorites are pretty rare. I won't say that I'm the only person in the world who likes them. That's not true, or else they wouldn't keep using them in movies. But I will say that I have never encountered another horror fan who has the same favorite tropes as I do. There are only 4 because I couldn't find 5 because, a bitch only likes a few things. I know what I like, and I will do whatever it takes to get it. The boy, it's got everything. It's got everything I need. Creepy house, antagonists in love with protagonists. What more do you need? Body horror? Not seen, but implied. There's no hillbillies, but it's in England. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Hillbilly horrors. Gore. Villainous crush or antagonist love with protagonist. There's no POV. It would have been the perfect movie if it had a POV. It would have been the perfect movie if it had a POV. So, moral of this video. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is the perfect horror movie. Thank you for coming to my YouTube video.